On this tech tip video, I'm going to discuss one of the most commonly asked questions we get as paint protection film trainers, and that is, how do I trim paint protection film on the car without damaging the paint? Regardless of how good of an installer you are, at some point you're going to need to do some trimming. Well, the answer to this question involves two things. First of all, with your knife, you're going to want to use a very sharp blade, so make sure you've broken off a fresh tip. Get about 1 inch of blade out, and you're going to want to trim and cut on a very low angle. A sharper angle will dull the tip very quickly. So the lower your angle will be, you'll be able to use more of the actual razor blade during your cutting. The other thing is to use a scrap piece of paint protection film instead of actual paint on a car. The first thing you can do is actually make a few practice cuts by running your blade along the film lengthwise with varying amounts of pressure. And take note of the amount of pressure you're using. When you're done, peel off the material from the surface and expose the backing so that you can see how deep your knife went. The backing will reveal if the knife touched it at all. And if there's any etching in the backing of the material, there would be some scratching of the automotive paint as well. So it's a good way to develop a feel for how much pressure to use when trimming so that you don't do any damage when trimming on a car.